Steady now.
After proving a fixture of the 6th generation consoles, Need for Speed would find a new handheld home with the arrival of the PlayStation Portable, with Underground Rivals racing into position at launch. It proved an interesting divergence for the series, as while a powerful handheld, EA would opt to avoid the open world format Underground 2 helped popularise. Instead, Rivals would strip the excess of cheesy cutscenes and sandbox worlds to offer a more direct, simplified street racer. This approach proves a double-edged sword, bringing both pros and cons to the proceedings. However, solid racing and a retention of the series' core essence ensures it's a decent time nonetheless. While built using the foundations set by Big Brother Need for Speed outings, Rivals strips away much of the filling that ranged in quality. Instead of the open world of Underground 2, Team Fusion opted for a more traditional setup with a list of races to partake in, like the first instalment. Also gone are the over-the-top FMVs, which were an acquired taste. While the removal of sandbox driving might turn off some, the streamlined approach to racing actually affords better pick-up and play appeal, which fits for the system. It's a shame other areas have been trimmed to fit on a UMD. The car roster sits at 24, and while offering a selection of tuners and high-speed machines, it leaves the car variety a bit lacking, even with bonus boss cars unlocking after certain events. Tuning, while allowing for a fair deal of creativity with customizable vinyl, also feels overly simplified, with only a handful of visual kits to utilise. The good news is that racing captures the spirit of previous games. While cars can look more simplified on the PSP, its sense of speed is still there thanks to light trails and blurring. The action is certainly standard, and some hiccups with steering responsiveness can be frustrating, but it plays very well otherwise. The constant night lighting, tuner opponents and customization feel like a perfect match to bigger versions. AI is a bummer though, with consistency being the issue. Sometimes opponents rigidly follow a line and prove easy to overtake. Other times, rubber banding sees distant cars catch up to you far too easily. With traffic and cornering proving tricky already, it can waste a good run easily. The city tracks look great, but using nitrous and seeing multiple cars on screen can cause performance issues which affect your input, though it's quite rare. Along with traditional circuit racing, other events are also available. Lap Knockout sees a last place driver being KO'd. Street Cross moves competition to smaller, windy tracks which test your steering and skill. And Drag Racing offers short bursts of adrenaline, especially with obstacles added in on harder courses. There are also a few time-focused events to add spice. Nitrous Run sees gates replenish your N2O gauge and time with each checkpoint. Drift Attack places drift zones around a warehouse space but feels overly easy, and timed races offer more traditional individual challenges. Multiplayer offers both competition between multiple PlayStation Portables and passing play, but not all the single-player modes are available. It proves an interesting distraction, but fleeting as a multiplayer racer. On the audio side, this game retains the soundtrack from Underground 2, including songs from Rise Against, Exhibit and Skindred. Additionally, there are also new songs from the likes of My Chemical Romance. Interestingly, EA Pocket Tracks offers a music visualization suite for those eager to listen to individual tracks, though a small selection of filters means it loses luster quickly. Sound effects are what you'd expect, but don't feel too crunched considering the smaller space at play. The only strange decision is the pop-up for the new music starting, which obscures your minimap completely. Not such an issue at the beginning of a race, but on tracks with tighter corners, this can be a real nuisance when you cannot gauge a turn incoming. Those who explore everything the game has to offer should find content plentiful. Race Now lets you jump into an event using both max spec cars and your custom vehicles for quick play. Circuit Race and Quick Play Battle see you partaking in events, each with 3 difficulties and medals to earn. Some focus on a specific race type, others require a specific car, and finishing all the difficulties will definitely take time. This does naturally lead to some repetition, with tracks becoming overly familiar as you progress. Need for Speed Underground Rivals sounds like a misfire on the surface, a hand-me-down port with reduced features and content compared to console versions. However, on this rare occasion, the streamlined nature of this game actually proves a benefit, offering a distilled street racer which sheds the excess chaff for straightforward, no-frills racing. While the lack of tuning options and control issues can put a dampener on the racing, those looking to race fast with ludicrous looking cars should be more than satisfied. While Ridge Racer and Wipeout Pure would prove the racing standouts of the system's launch, this one shouldn't be overlooked either.